Hello everybody, this is Techno Paladin. Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. And in later news, we have got blue science. Woohoo! I did this off stream. I was trying to get some stuff going. Um, and well, I just kind of ended up getting it done before I came back here because it's kind of the same old. But I will cover what we did in the meantime here just in a minute. But I wanted to say, if you like Dyson Sphere Program, you might want to check out my Factorio series that I've just started. It's Noob to Megabase, just getting into Factorio. And I'm also trying to get as much stuff here as I can recorded before Starfield comes out, because I do plan on playing some Starfield. And I don't want to leave this game hanging, because I really enjoy this game. So, with that being said, you'll notice here at the top of the house, we have a lot of new stuff. So as I mentioned in the last episode, I wanted to create a new mall, or a new, not necessarily a mall, but maybe more like a supply chain. We only had really 2 planets, I think, that we had set up to ship out our various goods here, from belts to inserters to smelters to any of the good stuff here. So and I did have that there. Let's see, do I have, okay, so we kind of went through, and I can kind of show you here. We have a bunch of stuff, basically just about almost everything that we're gonna need. And I did it all without belts, really. So this is kind of the drone heavy, very drone heavy. Mainly just because, well, I don't always need these resources, as we go through. Some of them I'll pull down and I'll have plenty. So it's like, do I really need to spend, a ton of time having something figured out with belts when I can just do this? And you can see there's a lot of it. And I'll give you a little better view of the planetary surface. You can see here, it basically, encircles the entire ring of this latitudinal zone. And I designed it to kind of fit in line with our planet, our hub that we put down at the top. So that way, any solar system that we go into where we want to add to our potential exports, all of this will do it. It's importing and exporting. And the way we kind of have it set up is we have, here's an export, and we have it set to 1%. So we have all these fun things, and we have some buffers and chests, so as we pull things, it'll kind of refill a little bit before it kicks in here. And then we have our imports. So, and you can see, you don't have it set to really high, but since it'll go grab a full load, it'll be a full load. And it is set to local and remote. And that works in our favor, and that's where some of what we have here on the planet right now comes into play, because, well, we didn't have enough of the titanium glass being made and being shipped out anywhere. So we actually did have an old blueprint, so I just went ahead and dropped it down and dropped down some titanium plate and some glass to kind of get that done, so that way we can get things moving. And let's see, we had also put down some green lubrication. Can't even think today. Proliferation. There we go. That we had put down in our last episode as well. And then, since we had gotten some of our stuff taken care of, we were able to come down here, and you can see this guy here. So this is taking some of the spiniform that we had set up on one of the planets that had tons of spiniform. So this is just gets spiniform M, throws the carbon nanotubes out, and actually that should be demand, so we can get this proliferated. My bad. See, I did set it up with blue, but the other thing is that this is set up with quantum. So these are the quantum chemical plants. Now, as with all things, I don't really try to go for perfect ratios, so this is working at pretty good speed, decent clip. It's keeping it pretty well stacked. You'll see some intermittent bursts where it's kind of empty, but it does a pretty good job. And as you see here, the blue, again, it comes on down, and we have plenty of stuff coming in here. So, and these guys down here, they're kind of waiting for their nanotubes, I guess. Here, yeah, nanotubes. So, we'll get caught up here on it. So it's cranking away. Actually, before I go back there, so we come down here. This is going to be our export tower. So you can see here we have things set up. So we have nanotubes fully set up. So that's going to start backing up again. So I just kicked this on, so it was just starting to fill it up. And obviously we don't have any of these being made just yet, but we do have our blue, and we have nothing. We have some free slots here. So what I do plan to do, though, before we kind of get too far along, so this is making essentially, well, these 3 power transmissions. It's got all tier 3s here. We're making our arc smelter, our splitter, our piler. We are also making the advanced mining machine, the water pump, the oil extractor, the oil refinery, the miniature particle collider, our spray coaters, the quantum chemical plant, the accumulators, and then it's also making all 3 of our towers, so basically all 4 of our logistics, and then these 2, the ray receiver and energy exchanger. So we don't have the fusion power plant, because I do have at least one planet that makes these, so it's got plenty in general for that, because we don't go through tons of these at once. It's like might get 100, so I don't need it as often. The same will be true of this artificial star. Once I start making it, I'll probably have 1 or 2 planets that maybe make it, because once I get a bunch, I probably won't need a ton of them at a time, maybe dropping like 10 at a time. So if I had a full stack in my inventory, it would last a while. So I don't necessarily need to worry too much about that. Same kind of for the rail ejector and the launch silos, the way I'm treating them. So we have a good bit, and I did, because we are in kind of getting into the late game here, I did exclude solar panels, so we're not making those. We're not making or shipping them. I'm also not making or shipping the geothermal. Again, I have 1 or 2 places that make it, that can get it out to us, so that should be good enough. I was really trying to fix some of these. So the last item I want to add to this, to truly complete this blueprint, is our level 2, this plane smelter here. So we have an arc smelter, that's what we've been using. We have this plane smelter. So the main thing is, though, is we need the unipolar magnets. And without that, well, we can't do much. So one of the things that I was thinking to do today is going up and setting up that distribution chain. So, and we have, let's see, we have 1 slot here we can throw in for unipolars. I was trying to see if we have empty slots, because I don't think I have enough empty slots for that. So I might actually have to leverage one of these last slots, because we just have the 3 slots left out of all of these towers, and I'm excluding the 5 center ones from that right now. But we can also leverage those if we wanted to for support, just to add it off, so that's not too bad. But it's not something I want to have to remember to do every time. So with that being said, we need to work on getting, well, that unipolar magnet. So if we come out here, usually we're going to find it, if I remember correctly, kind of out here on the outskirts. So if we start coming into some of these, you'll see that, there's not much there, not much there, nothing here. But we do have this black hole that's right here, not too far from us. And you'll see here it's got unipolar magnet. Now, it's not a whole lot, And I'm sure there's probably going to be, let's see, maybe like this one over here. Let's see, how's that one? Yeah, see, that one's got 1.5 million. It's a little further away though. So, and there might be a couple out here, you know, on this outer edge of our solar system that might have some, so we can kind of, you know, filter through. But it's usually going to be in these black hole sites here, so that way, because you need that super dense star for it to qualify. So as you can see, we're just kind of clicking through. Not many. It'd be nice if we can have like a little filter that says, you know, hey, tell me which stars do we have that have it, you know. Because anything here in this interior cluster is not really going to have it. But you know, this one, I would think that, you know, maybe like that one would have, but nope. So we got some good stuff. I mean, heck, look at this: 200 million, 100 million, 23 million, 125 million. You know, that's, you know, we have some planets out here that got a ton of stuff. Some solar systems here, and they're not too far from where we're at, actually. So that's why I wanted to kind of come over here and start getting the unipolar magnet set up. You know, especially now that we're in the late game and we have enhancements to try to increase this yield. That's something that we can generally do pretty quickly. So we have, you know, this, we have some towers, so it's really just a matter of making sure, do I have enough materials? So I have some, you know, power, I have some towers. I do need to go grab a few towers. So, and as you can see, the little drones are trying to top me off with some stuff. So let me, let's see. Let me try to grab a few towers here. Yeah, this one here. So you can see we got plenty. Let me just grab 25. Yeah, that should be good for now. And let's see, what else did we need? Let's where do I have our advanced miner? Here we go. Let's just grab a handful. Just make sure we have plenty. And we have 500 fusion power plants, so we should have plenty of that, and we can import that. But we do need drones. The drones are the ones that have been a little slow here with this setup, so I might actually, yeah, you can see it's only got 13. These drones are really slow because some of the requisite parts, I think, are just kind of chugging away. I might actually have to increase the capability to produce these, because it's just not going quick enough, really. Not for how many we need, since we need like 200 drones or 100 drones per tower, so I need like 1,000 drones just to set up our logistics hub at the top. So, and we are going to want to export everything out of the black hole. So you can see here, it's just kind of, well, it's kind of limited on the motors. So, and I have it basically direct feeding. You know, it is going, well, as fast as it can go, 22 per minute. So I mean, it is going. And that's one, I guess, one downside to this, the way I have this set up, is I could have potentially made multiples of these, had it go to a box, and then do that. And you know what? Actually, I probably should set up an overflow buffer. Just because, well, you know, if once we get to the point where this does actually have enough, we want it to be able to actually have enough buffer that it can create, but that's not quite gonna cut what we need, because I need to be able to have it in and out here. So let me fix this a little bit. Not really fix, but alter this up just a touch. So let's do this. I want to delete that, and we're gonna create one that's kinda right there and then there, I think. 'Cause I think we can then have that go out there. This go in here. That go out there. So then I could just delete that one. So we kind of let this box be a buffer. I don't need to let it, I can let it build up some. So I'll let it build up a good stack once we get these things going. And then I want this to be able to have a decent stack as well. So I think I had it was, actually I think it was there. I think it was our stack. You can see here we just have, oh, there, now we have an even 100. Yay. Part of the reason for doing this was because we were not getting enough of these coming out of our process here, so we were getting stuck in the fact that we couldn't get enough made. Actually provide, yep, and then logistics drones, so there we go. Okay, so that should start letting that get backed up again. And this is not enough for us to really get this done. But what we can do is when we get there, we can always throw some in here and see if we have some that can be shipped in from somewhere. So, now that I've done that, let's zoom on back out here because I did not set a destination. So let's come in here and we have one planet. So let's set our indicator and let's head on over there so we can start getting into this tier 2 smelter. We at least start getting them built. And you can see the Dyson Sphere in the background is slowly being built. We still haven't set up anything to pull from it yet, just letting it do its thing. So this shouldn't take us too long to get over here. Maybe about 20 seconds. In the meantime, like I said, we do want us to get this process set up to where we can harvest, well, just about everything. So I'm trying to get these last little bits we need so that way we can start getting into some of these last things that we haven't automated yet. And then we can start really taking it to the stars, try to get our white cube production up even higher, get our research speed going even higher, and do all that good stuff. So let's do this, and well, let's take a look at this. There's the black hole. That actually is pretty cool looking. And yes, we can actually build a Dyson sphere around that too. So let's meantime, let's well, I'm gonna try to crash into this planet here so I don't have to try to slow down. There we go. Instead of bouncing off. And oh wow, there's only one vein, really. Oh, everything's in my travel stack here. But that's unfortunate because that's gonna take a while for this thing to be able to process everything. So let's there we go, that's all of them. So that's good. But we are going to go ahead and set all of these up so that way we can wrap up our mall with our final item, which is our advanced smelter. And then we can start getting into our, well, like I said, what I'm going to call our late game designs, because then we'll be able to actually create a bunch of new blueprints that, hopefully will take good advantage of everything that we're doing. And maybe be a little more ratioed, maybe not, because we just want all the things anyway. So in the meantime, let's see how this stacks up. So this one's kind of eh. All right, let's come take a look at the other side. So we have veins on both poles. So we'll take this pole here. And I need to grab some of those out. And grab some belts out. I think that should do it. So, get our pole tower set up. Yeah, there we go. Yep. Yeah, I know we have insufficient, drones. So let's just see if we have, because sometimes I use them up too fast and then the system can't go get them. Let's just see if we have any somewhere. Oh, helps if I do that. And so far looks like that's probably a no. It's gonna get these guys all decked out with their logies. And then I want to see here. So this has got, oh, well, the illumination of 0.172. Yeah, that's not gonna be great for a Dyson Sphere at all. So you get a pass, Mr. Black Hole. But you do look pretty cool off in the distance. So, what that means, though, is that we're going to have to bring in our fuel rods. And I'm just going to do that and that, and just because we probably won't need a ton. And let's get our other blueprint here. First, let me get a handful of these guys. I should hopefully have enough inserters because I wasn't planning to do a whole bunch of building on this planet. So let's see, where's our fusion power? There we go. Let's drop you down. Okay, so that looks like that should have enough. Except for the drones. Which we only have 10 drones, so we shall deal with it for now. In the meantime, because we do want all the things, we're gonna go ahead and just start getting all this stuff set up and configured, because I really want the unipolar magnets going. And since we do want the magnets, let's go ahead and set, where are you? There you are. We'll let it have everything. We'll say local demand, remote supply, blah, blah, blah. So it's all there. And we can set the minimum load of the vessels down, so that way, it's not necessarily shipping a full load every time it goes somewhere. Just do that. I'm just going to go ahead and clear that since it's obviously not getting enough, so. And what we really want to do is just get everything on the planet set up, and then we'll set up the exports, and then we'll get out of here. So this shouldn't take us too long to get all this configured here, because looks like we're just going to be exporting it all raw. Nothing special, just get it done. So we won't be transforming any of this into any real material, just, like I said, just pure export, because we are just so far out in the middle of the boonies here that it just doesn't feel like it's worth trying to optimize this to the nth degree for this planet. So let's just kind of come through, let's see what else we got here. Let's do one hemisphere at a time just to get it try to get it done quickly. 15's good. That's good. Let's try to get that a little more. Go. We'll go 1 for you. 1 for you. 1 for you. And I can't see through the glare, but you know. There we go. We'll bring one out and around. And I will start getting some of this one there, but the other power distribution node is just, we're not quite there yet, just because, well, it's we've got to get caught up on our backlog because I have everything feeding into it itself, and since it requires that transmission tower as a ingredient, my backlog of you need to build stuff kind of deal and get stuff into our towers for distribution, all that will have to get backed up first before we get anything. So okay, so that is almost, let's get these ones here. Still gotta get that other side of the planet, so let's get some power nodes coming up this way. And then if we don't need all the towers, I'll just go ahead and dismantle a couple. But when I do export resources like this, I try not to let the tower be overloaded. Just, I don't know, personal preference. I mean, I can probably go ahead and set all 5 slots to have the exports, but you know, that's just, you know, me. So let's come on up here. We'll go ahead and create a node up this way. And then all we gotta do is kickstart our power. We'll double check that everything's working. And then we'll head on back to Idyll. So let's almost done here. Alright, let's power. Distribution. Almost there. So I gotta tell you, after spending, I think I spent like 3 hours futzing around with that my new little supply chain mall design thing. It took way more time than I was expecting. So I am kind of glad I did that off camera, because that was just, it would have been boring to watch me trying to just figure out, okay, what do I need to put there. Because at the end of the day, I mean, unfortunately, it is kind of pretty straightforward. It's just, it's that tedious, the tedious aspect of, okay, well, because of the way I decided to do this, since I'm not doing belts and whatnot, you know, how am I gonna lay this out to take advantage of as much as we can. It has highlighted that, well, we need more Because even just bringing in, for example, the superconductor rings, those blue rings, you know, it just showed that I don't have enough export production of that, which means that, you know, we're going to have some slowdown in processing on other planets because of that. Because, well, if we're trying to export some but it's consuming it all now, then, well, obviously we don't have enough. So that's going to be some of what we're going to try to fix. Yeah, get us our... try to get us as much stuff as we can. Retooled. I'm going to start going towards the blue proliferation. And then we'll start getting things going. Because I'm also thinking about doing kind of more of a global distribution setup to where instead of using the planetary towers, I start using the interplanetary towers and then create effectively like a warper chain to get all the goods. So that way each individual tower can actually be set up with warpers, so it can also at that point just ship it directly. So instead of having to rely on the pull towers or ship from one tower to another tower to get it off planet, I can just, well, ship it out directly. So that way if I put down 2 units or two blueprints, then, you know, I can get 2 towers sending goods out. At least it's a thought. I haven't quite decided if that's the route I want to go just yet. It does require some changes in how I do my infrastructure. And it might not be conducive to how planets are going to allow me to do what I need to do. Because, you know, as you can see here, these veins are not always in the most ideal of locations, and it's not like it lets us move them. So let's just do a quick peek. Did we get them all? Well, there's a couple. There's a couple we missed. So if I kind of go, where am I? All right, so if I go that way. I mean, it's not really going to make me hurt anything to miss a couple, but, you know, it's the principle of the thing. Gotta have all the things. All the things. We need everything. So let's get you hooked into the network. Get you set up here. Some more kimberlite. Lots and lots and lots of diamonds. I do like diamonds. Alright, so. And then we had one titanium vein out here, just kind of by its lonesome. Let's grab that. That looks good. Let's just go up. And boom. Okay, so that's should, I think, be everything. So we can kind of take a quick gander over each hemisphere. I can't put one on the stone at the tower, so that's the sacrificial node just because of node placement. So alright, that does it. So let's get our power primed. And we don't need 5,000. Let's just do 1,500. Yeah, there's 2,500. Okay, so let's grab about probably 80 will probably be enough. Oh, it took all 80. Let's oh well, now we got some coming out, so and it used them all up. Okay. So let's get in here. Let's see, can 2 do it? 3, it usually takes the 3, so there we go. And there's our unipolar magnet milestone. Woohoo! So we're gonna we want to make sure we leverage that as much as possible. And there is our power. So we good power. Now we're just gonna come through, double check that everything's mining. It's like I got glow. Alright, well, it looks like everything is mining. So now we can just set up our towers. And we will be happy. And look at that. We already got the magnets coming in. So we also have on this planet, let's see, what was it we have here? So we have some kimberlite, optical grading crystal, and fire ice. So those are the 4 specials. So we're going to throw... Let's throw the optical crystals in here with this guy. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw in the kimberlite with this guy too. Why not? Actually, I'll just throw all 4 of the specials in here. Fire ice. And local demand. There we go. So that's going to start filling us up. And that takes care of that. And then we got iron. So let's just do this. Let's do iron, copper, local. We'll come over here. We'll do silicon, and we're gonna do titanium. And then let's come in here and do stone. And coal. Okay, the one part that sucks is that, you know, this does use these drones. We don't have a whole lot of them, so that's gonna be a pain. But we got them all, so let's see, we got, so this guy, we can take the drones out. Let's come down here. Let's just see which towers need the drones. So this one's got the 100. This one's got, I can't tell if that's got a full 100 or not. This one looks like it should have a full 100. Okay, well, it's acting like everything's full. Just trying to, like I said, just going through, double checking. Alright, well, since that's full, I'm going to throw them in my inventory. No. Let's throw those in the inventory. And we're going to take this, this tower out of the mix. Just since we don't need it. Yeah. Shift and shift. And that should take care of that. Let's see, what's this direction here? See, how do I know which direction that's going? Dang it. Well, I could just delete it and then put it back. That way I just make sure it's in the right direction here. Alright, so then we'll just come in here, and I'm going to take the warpers that we did and just drop them back in there. Alright. With that, we have coal and stone, which we don't have a whole lot of anyway. We have... Okay, those are filled up. Those are almost filled up. And, I mean, we only have one miner pulling out the magnet anyway, so... Copper's already been supplied off-world. Look at that. Alright, so... that should take care of our little black hole operation here. Plenty of power. Should have plenty of power. Yeah, more than enough power. So now... we can come back to Adil. View, and we are going to our... let's see, was it this one? Yes, planet, that one. So we're going to go back here to Adil 3. And we are going to set up our new arc smelter. Let's get up to speed. Go. And then once we get that done, then we should have every production facility that we use, whether it's for fabrication, chemical plants, all this stuff, everything should be in their maximum tiered model at that point. So we can start working on getting our blueprints and plans and everything all up to speed, see what we can do. Play with this red arc smelter, because it is supposed to be, I think, 2 times as fast, so completely changes the game for us here. And boom. Boom. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we are here. We are back in business. So, we need... what do we need for the arc smelter? We need unipolar magnets, plane filter frames, and then the arcs, the old smelter. So, that should be doable. And then let's see, where's this guy here? So let's set this guy up here with the, this is for exporting. Set that to 1,000. And then I need to set up the logistics chain for it here. Let's do the do that, and then we'll just come here, grab our little box, and we'll set that to have a 2-slot capacity there. Then we'll hit our logistics, and I need to move a couple out, and just go boom. And then we can say we want this guy, request, and drop some fidget spinners in there. Alright, so that's that. So now we just gotta build it. And so we definitely need the unipolar magnet. So let's make sure we get that tagged. And then let's just set it to a small number here. And remote demand and local demand. So yeah, obviously you see how it's going to pull in 1600. It's taking in a full stack. Okay. We also need that plane filter. which don't really have a slot for that. And that means I'd have to use that one. Let's see. Do I have a slot somewhere else I can use? So I want to try to keep it to just this ring. Well, I guess I can put it on here. That was almost bad. I almost did a big boo-boo for those. So, okay, well, I guess that's not too bad to mix it up, because it's not like it's gonna be sending these out all the time anyway, so that's fine. Let's get that, and then let's do just do one slot, should be fine. And then get our drone. You know what, actually, let me put our inserter on, because it's once you add the drone thing on top, it's a pain in the butt. Especially when you get stuff in the way. Provide and drone. Okay, so now what we wanted to do, and I guess I can just build it right here. So this this guy here is going to take 4 inputs and 1 output. So since we have stuff here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do well, I'm going to grab some from my inventory, and I'm going to come in here and say, okay, we want 1, and then what I'll do is I'll drop down our production building, and then we know we have our output here. Okay, and then we have our 1 input here, and then we need 1 and 1. So that gives us our stack. We can come in here, to our input, 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 and output. Okay, now then we just come in here, we can say how many slots do we want. So it just kind of gives us our capacity. 1 is generally enough for this, because, well, we're not able to consume it all anyway, so this just gives you your buffer. And then this guy here, let's just do 3. That would be about 150 machines, so that gives us a buffer here. We'll have a buffer there, so that gives us about 400 in buffer, I think, roughly, plus the 500 or so that we have defined here, or 1,000 we have defined here. So that should work out pretty good. Now, gotta set our recipe, and then we come in here and set our logistics. Okay, so this is going to be our output, so we're going to provide. Let's just do this so we don't have to drag and drop. Okay, and then let's set this one be the original arc smelter request. Boom. Okay, and this guy here is going to be a request as well, and let's just set this to be the unipolar magnet. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you're not on the power system. And then we get our plane filter. Okay, and then what was the last item we needed? We need frame material. Let's get that. Boom and boom. And then we can just drop our little power node. And all is right and good with the world. So now we just have to wait for, well, shipping. Shipping and receiving. So we got the unipolar magnet. So why is that? So that's the request. It says 0 routes. Did I not export the unipolar? I did not. Well, that would be a problem. Alright, so this is going to be our unipolar magnet. And then we'll set up our box. And before I start shipping it in there, let's just do this. So we have one. And then we can come back down here and do our input into the box. And then we just need our logistics. And distribute. And there we go. So now, power. Make sure he's covered. Alright. We should be getting these made, and we are. Look at that. We got them cranking out now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. So obviously that's going to take some time for that to build up. Did I hook it up to jump out of the box? I didn't. I goofed. Okay. This is why I like to try to double check everything as I go. Just kind of let it do its thing. So there we go. Now we got some. So look at that. We got 9. Woohoo! That's enough for us to play with. Alright. So now that we have that all set, I need to go replace my blueprint. So, because I had it saved with my partial state. So let's come in here. I have my DSP Supermart. So let's just delete that. And we're going to create a new blueprint, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to tag it from here to here, and then we just go go in a full circle. And boom. And then we're going to call this the DSP Supermart. The Walmart of Dyson Sphere. Anything you need, we make it. And I'm just going to pick this guy here because it's like all things. And save. So now we have our Supermart. With that, I do need to still fix some things in my inventory because I need to set these things to have required minimums. So we can do at least, let's say at least 250. And then, same here. Oh, no. Oh, come on. That's not what I want. Drop that in. And again, at least, let's just say at least 100. That's at least 200. Let's just say 3, 4, 500. And then this one here I have set to at least 500. And this one here I have set to at least 3,000. So some of these are going to start filling in on me. Let's do... Oh, I have 3,000 already. That's why. So, we are all good here. We have things now cooking. So, I know that was a bit of a logistical episode. Kind of boring. Sorry about that. But, can't always be drama and excitement. We are working towards our logistics future, and so that's where we're at. So next time we are going to play with some stuff. So I might even play with it here just to see. I mean, heck, why not? You know what? Before we go, let's drop one down. So let's just say, let's do an iron plate. So what's that going to do for us? Does it tell us? It doesn't tell us anything. Okay, well, I might actually have to set like an actual little micro smelter or something up just to see what that's going to do. But in the meantime, I need to let it build up anyway, so that way we have plenty to actually build with. Let's see, how are we actually doing with that? Because I want to replace all these guys with those. So we got 400 of these, so, and we only have now 74. And how many does our current blueprints take? So if I was to come in here and do copper plate, it takes 120. I don't even have enough to replace my copper stack just yet. Or then again, I could have plenty because it's supposed to be twice as fast. So we will figure that out next time. I'm going to let this run a little bit and we'll see how things go. And you can see here, just will end out with a final view of our Dyson Sphere. And you can see that it is under construction. We got 1.36 gigawatts being generated right now, and solar panels are slowly, and I do mean slowly, filling in, but our frames look like they are all complete. So rockets are done. And so that's why I only set up just a couple. I didn't need, 100 rockets. It looks cool, but I didn't necessarily need it. Right, you can see here, it's doing what it's supposed to do. It got it done. And I will say, yeah, that was probably about 6 hours of game time for that. Because yeah, like I said, I did spend way too much time on that mall, on our supermart. So I do need to probably finish off this top now that we have the extra layers available. You can see here we got that research done. So I do need to finish that off, but we'll get there. Yeah, next time we're going to start getting into seeing how we can replace all this, change up how we do our proliferation game, maybe change up how we do our planetary station game to interplanetary or something. We'll see. So I'll just end it here, and we'll just come back next time for some more fun with Dyson Sphere Program. So remember, like, comment, subscribe, and we will continue on next time. Thanks for watching. Good night.